So, greeting from Securiton. Good morning, or afternoon, or evening to all of you, and we appreciate your time for this webinar. Before start, I request you to please switch off your microphones and cameras. Thank you for your understanding. Securiton has a lot of special application products, and one of them is aspirating smoke detection system. And believe me, aspirating smoke detectors are very effective in HVDC application. I would like to update you on the same in my future slides. What is HVDC? Let us understand first. In layman terms, if we talk about, it is a building with electrical machineries. So an HVDC converter converts electric power from high voltage alternating current AC to high voltage direct current, which is HVDC. So it's a building with a lot of machineries. HVDC is used as an alternative to AC for transmitting electrical energy over long distances or between AC power systems of different frequencies. In simple terms, we say that the high voltage direct current HVDC power transmission is a building having equipments and it is used for transmitting huge power over long distance, typically hundred of miles, hundred of kilometers. I am going to cover various topics, including the problem statement, standards and codes, challenges in designing the right system, and how Securiton aspirating smoke detectors are suitable and essential for HVDC application. This is me. I have over 20 years of experience in the field of fire and security. With more than 8 years, now I'm completing almost 9 years with Securiton. I'm based out of India office and takes care of India and SAARC countries, neighboring countries. Let us talk about problem statement first. Designing of the right system, right detection in HVDC application is never easy because there are a lot of internal and external environmental factors influence the devices, any system. So you need a proper system suitable to install in the areas where you have a lot of dust, high voltage, high airflow, and restricted entry of the people. Now, there are a lot of risks in designing the fire alarm system. Few of the leading causes of fire in HVDC application is loose connection or high resistance joints in the power circuit. So I will explain you one by one what this is. Power circuit is defined as a circuit which used to carry electricity that operates a load. A high resistance connection, which we say HRC, is a hazard that results from a loose or poor connection. So if there is a poor connection, it causes fire anytime. Then we have valve component failures. The heart of HVDC link. Any HVDC link, any HVDC room is the valve. In HVDC systems, fault on rectifier side or inverter side have major effect on the system stability. The various type of faults are considered in the HVDC system, which causes basically due to the malfunction of valves and controllers as well. Yes, controllers as well. Misfire and short circuit across the inverter station. Then you have a lot of thyristor level connections thyristors are mainly used where high currents and voltages are involved. If you done any kind of a similar kind of application in the past, you know what thyristor connectors are, and these connectors are often used to used to control these valves basically. Then we have coolant system problems. It is generally accepted that water is a best coolant system or a very effective medium to remove very effective medium to remove heat losses basically. Okay, and this heat losses are basically coming from the HVDC thyristor walls. So water combines several characteristics. We all know all these characteristics. So if there is a failure of this kind of coolant system, then the chances of fire is too high in this kind of application. Then we have contamination and condensation. Contamination and condensation always occurs in this kind of environment. So during the time of installation or during the time of operation, this contamination can be caused by heat exchangers, and the leakage of the heat exchangers, they basically cause the fire. Okay, in valve hall. Then you have a failure of valve hall bushings. There are a lot of bushings available there. So high voltage bushings are basically supported through the walls of the valve hall. Okay, and these bushings allow connections between the converter transformer on one side and the DC switch yard on the other side. So you can see always the chances of fire present here, even if you are using the right system. Then we have a surge arrestor failure. Okay, a surge arrestor is a protective device, for limiting voltage on equipment by discharging or bypassing, surge current. So if the surge arrestor is failed, then the chances of or risk of fire is too high. Then you have false operation of deluge valve. Deluge valve is always used to extinguish if anything goes wrong, and if it is not working and if fire is there, then the fire will be a disaster. And last but not the least is the human error. So human error always occurs because of the insufficient understanding of hazards. So all these are the risk of fire, and these are the high risk of fire. And HVDC is always on high risk. Now I will talk about some standards and codes, and believe me, there is no much standard and codes available in this kind of application, in this kind of industry. And the most of the countries, they use NFPA 850. NFPA 850 is the fire protection recommendation for electric generating plants and high voltage direct current converter stations. It outlines the fire safety recommendation of gas, oil, coal, and alternative fuel electric gadgets, which is already there in HVDC applications. So as far as the guidelines are concerned, I'm not sure whether other countries they have some guidelines or not, but I know few countries they have their own guidelines while designing this kind of application. Now we'll talk about some challenges with fire detection. There are three challenges which we feel that are present in HVDC application. One is the high airflow. So you can relate it with the data center application. In the data center application, you also have a high airflow, but in HVDC kind of application, the high flow, the airflow is 15-20 times higher than your data center application. So the smoke dilution chances are too high. Then you have restricted entry, and high voltage is already always present in this environment. So it becomes nearly unpredictable where the smoke will travel through. See, the result is if you talk about the result of all these three challenges, the result is a very low smoke concentration because of the dilution. High voltage doesn't allow or doesn't permit people to go inside always, and the restricted entry is because the equipments are arranged in a random manner, so only the trained people are allowed to get inside. This picture shows the air circulation of HVDC. Rapid air circulation with fresh air added will dilute the smoke to a level way below the alarm level of a point detector. So it is impossible to detect, almost impossible to detect smoke in this kind of environment if you are using the normal smoke detection system. Then the environment is not controlled, okay, and sometimes dusty as well. So with the normal detection, the chances of false alarms are always there. And the technology installed other than aspirating smoke detectors are having shorter lifetime. The exhaust fans are the main source of dust. High precision fans, exhaust fans, they are the sources for the dust. Also, the congested spaces doesn't allow to install point detectors. In those, of course, in that area where you want to protect, you want a detection. So it is almost impossible to install the point detectors. There are congested areas, there are machinery involved in a random manner. So if you like to have a point detector also, it is not possible. If you go and see a real scenario of HVDC wall hall installation, it is almost impossible. It is almost impossible to enter inside the area if you are not trained. And also it is not recommended if you are not guided by any trained personnel to go inside. So it is very difficult, very difficult to do after sales services or maintenance of the system. It's a huge challenge. Then limited access for safety reasons, I already explained you. Access for authorized staff and limited time only as high voltage is present. Serviceability, if you talk about, test points can be outside restricted area and can be controlled remotely. So that is always with our kind of solution of aspirating solution, we can have this kind of benefit. So almost able to install fire alarm system, point based fire alarm system in this kind of area. As I said, the best possible solution available with us is our ASD 535. You know the reasons, but I will also explain the reasons why. So our aspirating smoke detector is an active smoke detection device which is continuously drawing air from the environment, from the area where we need to monitor. With, yes, of course, by using a powerful German fan, and through the network of tube, through the sampling points, we keep drawing the air continuously. And since the area is restricted and congested with high airflow, only aspirating smoke detectors are possible. So early detection, only aspiration is the solution for this kind of application. Our ASDs can be connected, can be integrated with fire alarm panel also to control the system remotely and connected on the same loop of the fire alarm system, which takes care of the other applications as well. So if you have a building with point detectors as well, other system as well, and you have a HVDC valve hall in that area, you can connect fire alarm system. So, you can connect our aspirating smoke detector in that same fire alarm panel in the same loop itself. We can use one channel or two channel aspirating smoke detector depending on the size and area of the valve hall. So if you talk about the sensitivity, we need a high sensitive system in this area. Okay, and the sensitivity can be set from 0.2, 0.002 to 10% obscuration per meter. Can be adjusted as per the requirement of the customer, as per the temperature inside the valve hall. A very early detection is always required to avoid loss of business operations. Any questions till now?
No, we don't have any questions, Rohit, in the chat, but there are some questions which I would like to ask you. And one of them is, why is only ASD recommended as detection technology in such applications? So valve hall, high voltage, direct current.
Okay, so I already explained in my previous slide that, you know, the area is too congested, okay, and the equipments are not in a proper manner. The equipment installed inside are in a random manner. It is just impossible to install any kind of detector on the ceiling or on the equipment. So the best thing is, because our aspiration tubes can be designed in an asymmetric manner. So that is the best thing. You can run your tube in a zigzag manner. Okay, so that is why only ASD is recommended in this kind of application.
Okay, the next question is, what will be the operating temperature range of the ASD panel and the tubes or the pipes, and what is the temperature inside the valve hall?
So temperature inside the valve hall is not defined. It depends on country to country. Okay, so see, basically the room temperature is like your other applications, like your data center or like your other transformer stations or generator rooms, but the equipments are on a high voltage. Okay, so the temperature of the equipments are higher. Okay, so the chances of fire is from the overheat of that particular equipment, and then it results in the smoke. Okay, so it is not defined the temperature of the room or HVDC hall.
And what about the operating temperature range of the ASD panel and the tubes pipes?
It is minus 30 to 60 degrees centigrade. You can install in this kind of application and in any of the country.
So in this valve hall, so if it is more than 60 degrees, then what happens?
No, it is not. The temperature is not more than 60 degrees. As I said, only the temperature inside the equipments are high. Okay,
Right.
it's not the room temperature is high.
Okay. So the next question is, does the system check the healthiness by any mechanism, and how can we know that there is a problem?
Now, you can get to know the fault or fire on the panel itself, or if the panel is inside, then there are other other components available like remote display or fire alarm panel. You can connect our aspirating smoke detector with the remote display unit or fire alarm panel. You can get to know the exact situation remotely also.
Okay, so the next question is, do we have any software to calculate and design
Yeah,
or verify
I will
the
explain
area?
in the future slide. Yes, we have a software.
And then I'll go to the next question. Is this an independent system, or can it be connected to a fire alarm control system or fire alarm system of Securiton or third-party fire alarm control
Yes.
panel?
So you can use aspirating smoke detector as an independent system, or also to connect with any of the make fire alarm system, okay, through their modules. So both is possible.
All right. So thank you very much. We don't have any further questions. So any questions coming up in the chat, we will answer them at the end of the webinar. Rohit,
Okay.
please proceed. Thank you.
Okay. So I go to the next slide. Okay. So another good feature with our aspirating smoke detector is large smoke detection chamber. Okay. Why this is more important? Because the sucked air is continuously sampled for the contents, and whenever the defined threshold is increased, we can have different alarms. Okay, so the large chamber allows us to sample more air. Okay, so we are sampling more air due to a large sensing area for quick and early detection. So that is the best part with one of the best part with our aspirating smoke detectors. Other benefits are low dust contamination, less pollution in measuring chamber basically, and good signal to noise ratio. So all these features are already present in our aspirator, our detector, and this all results in a long life of the sensor. The detection is very high power LED based. Light source is used for the detection, and this LED light source has a enormous benefit, I will tell you. So the as I explained in the question and answer session, the temperature range is as low as -30 to +60 degrees centigrade. So sensors can be used in cold or hot ambience, any kind of ambience, any hot countries or cold countries, anywhere. MTBF, mean time to failure, or the life of the detector is more than 10 years, and which is, I think, just double than the life of the other technologies. Then less degradation of the intensity over period of time, which results in lower cost of maintenance and operation. And then we have IP54 and IP66 models also available. Okay. One more thing is very important is that early warning, and it is always required and suggested in HVDC application. Why? Because the extinguishing system can be triggered automatically in no time. You cannot afford to lose a single second in this kind of application. There are different permutation and combinations of signals and notifications are possible, you know, of course with aspirating smoke detectors, and it can be programmed as per the site requirements. The alarm level functions as listed are possible scenarios. The consideration should be given to the best utilization of these facilities for each application, not only HVDC, but for each application and the requirement of the local authorities. So as per the local authorities and as per the other requirements, we can always, fulfill. Another important part is the asymmetric pipe installation. Why it is important? Because the equipments are not streamlined inside the HVDC, and they are installed in a random manner. So we need a flexibility in detection. Always need a flexibility in detection by running tubes in a zigzag manner or asymmetric manner, so that we can cover the entire hall, entire area, entire equipment. Okay, because the chances of fire in wall hall is are everywhere. So, there are a lot of tees, bends, joints are required in this kind of area, and that can be, can't be taken care during the commissioning if it is not designed properly in advance. So as during the question and answer session, you are asking any software. So we have the software which calculates the pipe length, it calculates the airflow, transport time, number of holes, size of holes. So all depending on the individual valve hole, we can design as customized on the requirement of that valve hole. The software is capable of designing systems appropriately and also approved by the competent authorities. Okay, so it is EN and VDS approved as well. The results are EN and VDS approved. The fulfillment is checked for classes, all the classes, and when the design is confirmed, the software gives green light, and if it is red, then we need to redesign the system again as per the limits. The software is complying with both NFPA, and calculations can be done based on NFPA and EN both. Means I'm talking about the calculation of the software, and the software is not different, it's the same software. Now, let's have recap all these points. So there are a lot of benefits with our aspirating smoke detectors. You can see what we claim we deliver. Okay, so we say that we give you early detection. Yes, we give you early detection by using the LED detectors, by using a high precision fan, by doing the asymmetric installation of the pipes of the tubes, by taking care of all the risk measures which are present in HVDC application. For the dust, we have different kind of filters available. So if the HVDC is dusty, this filters can arrest the dust, and only the air goes inside and give you the proper detection. Then you have a lot of see, if you talk about the serviceability, the test points are outside. Okay, the detection panel is outside the area where the high voltage is present, so you have no chance of any mishappening, malfunctioning. So for us, we always recommend from our side to go with aspirating smoke detectors with this HVDC application. So this will end my presentation for today. If you have any questions further, please ask. I am available. And please follow us on LinkedIn and Instagram.
So Rohit, we haven't got any questions in the chat, but I've got a few from my side. And the first one is, what will be the distance between two parallel tubes?
So it also depends on the country to country. So it's a country specific regulation, but it is somewhere from 5 meters to 7 meters.
Okay, so the next question is, what is the recommended sensitivity inside the valve hole?
Inside the valve hole, the sensitivity should be 0.05% obscuration to 2% obscuration per meter. And this also changes if you go to country. I'm not sure. Means we have to check the specific country.
And what are the statutory requirements for designing the system?
See, for valve hole, NFPA 850 is the only design guidelines which only talks about the early detection. Okay, in a area where high voltage and high airflow is present. There is nothing more available. And maybe if we check with few of our colleagues outside other countries, maybe they have they have local design criteria, design guidelines for this kind of application.
Then what is the recommended maximum height of the room to get an early detection, and which height is detection on more? What is then what would be the possibility when detection on more levels is required?
So that's what I'm saying. That's what I said. See, there, if you go into a real valve hall, but it is impossible to predict the height of the valve hall because you have machines installed randomly, sometimes in different tires, sometimes on wall, sometimes you see a machine on the floor, some machines are inside the floor. So that is what I said, the asymmetric pipe installation is always required, and we need to always calculate the length of the tube through our software by giving the complete data to our software. It's not a standard height availability is there for valve hall system.
And do we need heat detection system as well with the ASD, a combination, for example?
Heat detection can be used together with aspirating smoke detector, but it is not recommended. It is not suggested by any law or by because always smoke come first in this kind of environment.
All right. So the last question that I have is, why is early detection required in a valve hole? So what is the necessity to have such
the necessity is the necessity is because of your continuity, okay, operational continuity. If anything goes wrong with the valve hall, then you have disturbances in the electricity, then you have lot of costly machines inside the valve hall. The machines cost are too high, so you will lose money. Then it will take weeks to again rebuild the valve hall because of the complex nature of the valve hall. So you always need a early detection.
So we don't have any further questions, Rohit. So I thank you very much for the conducting the webinar. And if there are no further questions from the attendees, we shall close the webinar another 2 minutes from now. So if there's anything, please get back to us.